I'll be using a zookeeper's example in this, so I hope that clicks with you. And so yeah, let's begin. So stop trying to outsmart Meta. You cannot make it. Meta is a hungry animal that has eaten 8 billion humans' data and is waiting for you to feed it. The sooner you accept that, the sooner your ad account stops feeling like a casino. So let's begin. The zookeeper's lesson. You are not a hunter in Ads Manager, you are a zookeeper. The animal decides when it eats. You cannot force it to eat. Your job is to put the right meat in the right bowl every day for a very long time. Here is the single biggest mental mistake most Indian dropshippers make the second they open Ads Manager. They walk in like they are hunting. They think the ad accounts is a jungle and the audience is the prey and they are the one with the gun. So they fire a lot of shots and they try a lot of angles, they kill the ones that miss and they chase the ones that hit and they get exhausted and frustrated and angry at Meta. Wrong animal, wrong job, wrong century. You are not a hunter, you are a zookeeper. Meta is a very, very large tiger in a cage, hungry tiger in a cage. It decides when it eats, it decides how much it eats, decides it what order. You do not. Your job every single day is simple. You walk into the cage at the same time, you put a clean, fresh, well butchered piece of meat in the bowl. You step back, you watch, you write down what the tiger did, and you come back tomorrow with slightly better meat, cut slightly differently, put in the bowl slightly earlier. That is the entire job. You are not fighting the algorithm, you are feeding it. Every Indian dropshipper is losing money, the ads manager is losing money because they walked in with a gun instead of a bowl. The reason this matters is because the hunter mindset makes you do destructive things. The hunter kills things too quickly, the hunter panics when a shot misses, the hunter keeps switching guns. The hunter tries to outsmart the jungle. Meanwhile, the zookeeper has been quietly feeding the same tiger for 9 months, and at month 9, the tiger has stopped testing him and just waits for the bowl. This is what a dialed-in ad account actually is. That is what most people, when they say my account is seasoned, it is not magic, it is not luck, it is 9 months of a zookeeper showing up at the same cage at the same time with good meat. If you rewind your entire ad journey in India so far, I will bet you can find the exact moment you decided you were going to be a hunter. It was probably the moment a YouTube guru said test aggressively, kill what does not work, scale what does. That is hunter language. That language is right if you're trading. It is wrong if you're running a brand. Brands are zoos, you do not hunt in a zoo. You just keep showing up with the bowl. So the bowl ritual. Tomorrow when you open the ads manager, don't ask the question, is this working? Ask this question, did I bring a clean bowl today? Did I write a new hook? Did I cut a new variation? Did I think about what the tiger was bored of yesterday? If you brought the bowl, you did your job. The tiger will eat when the tiger wants to eat. You worry about whether it is eating is not part of your job description. Because what you need to understand is, if you didn't understand with this example, what I'm trying to say is that what you do outside of the ads manager is what decides what happens in ad manager, and you cannot control that. You can only control what you do outside of it. Okay. Pattern match. Meta is not selling you ads, Meta is selling you pattern recognition. If a campaign does not have enough shape for the pattern to hook, the animal goes to sleep. Here is the thing no dropshipping course in India really explains, because it sounds too simple to be valuable. Meta at its core is a pattern recognition animal. It is not giving you an audience, it is looking at what your campaign is doing and trying to match it against the shape of every winning campaign it has ever seen across millions of advertisers, across billions of users. If your campaign's shape matches a winning shape, Meta becomes confident, and Meta becomes confident because it starts feeding you cheap attention. If your campaign's shape is weird or too small or too inconsistent, Meta has nothing to match and it goes to sleep on you. So here's the practical question you should be asking every morning. Does my campaign look like a winner Meta has seen before? That is it. That is the only question. Not is the creative good, not is the audience right, not is the bid working, or is this creative strategy working, what the hell. Not from a distance. If Meta tilts its head and squints at my campaign, does this shape look like the shape of something it has made money from here? You're not running ads, you're trying to make your campaign look familiar to a machine that has seen a million winning campaigns. Your job is to look like one of them until the machine nods. A pattern matching animal needs two things to recognize a pattern: enough inputs and enough consistency. Enough input means enough creative variations, enough days, enough budget to actually produce signal. Enough consistency means you are not changing the shape every 48 hours. Most Indian dropshippers fail at both. They test 3 creatives, they panic on day 2, they swap everything, and they wonder why Meta never figured out the winner. Meta did not figure out anything because you never gave it a pattern to match. You gave it noise, you gave it a campaign that looked from above like someone shaking a box. Here is the flip side. The dropshippers in India who look like they have some magic touch with Meta don't have magic, they have shape. They launch campaigns that look from a distance like shapes Meta has seen before. Enough creatives, enough days, enough consistency, enough of launching more ads and proper good ads, right? The shape is the whole game. The creatives are just the colors you just paste inside the shape. Paint inside the shape. Pull up your campaign, last campaign, squint at it, not any individual ad, and the entire campaign as an object. Does it look like a shape a machine has seen before? Enough creatives, enough days running, enough consistent signal to make a pattern? Or does it look like a fidgeting experience that swapped guns every second day? One of those shapes wins, the other stays in the scene. Okay? The 3 ad problem. You cannot test a product with 3 ads. This is not testing, that is hoping, and Meta was never built to reward hope. Most Indian dropshippers launch the product with 3 ads, maybe 5 ads, and then decide within 48 hours whether the product is a winner. 3 ads, 5 ads, what is the hell, 48 hours. That is not a test, that is a coin toss with a delay. And when they have been doing it for 3 years and they're confused about why nothing works. Here is why it does not work. Imagine you walked into a kitchen and handed the chef 3 ingredients and told him to make your dish. You gave him salt, onions, and potato. You said, make me something that will make me cry. The chef will do the best he can. He will make you aloo. Okay, it might be good, it might not. But you cannot be angry at the chef when it's not the best meal of your life. You don't give him the ingredients, you give him a constant and golden opportunity. Meta is the chef, your 3 ads are the onion, salt, and potato. Your Meta is a machine that needs variety to find the winner inside the variety. Right? It does not know which ad is going to be the winner before you launch. You do not know. The customer does not know. The only thing that knows is the pattern matching done by the machine once it has seen enough variations. 3 ads is not enough variation to find anything. You launch a product with 3 ads and called it a test. The chef had onion, salt, and potato, and you called it a restaurant. Both of you failed for the same reasons, not enough ingredients. When I work with a new store or in my one-to-one coaching, the first thing I fix is not the ads, not the landing page, not the hook. It is the one thing: how many real distinct variations are we feeding into Meta in the first week of a launch? The answer is usually under 5. That is not the problem, not the creative, not the copy, not the audience, the input volume. Until the input volume clears, the threshold, Meta has nothing to match and the machine goes quiet and the store looks dead. Okay, the fix is boring, the fix is uncomfortable, as with all things, right? And the fix is you make more ads, not 300. Okay, just 12 to 20 real variations of the first week of a launch, and different enough that Meta can tell them apart. Different hooks, different visual structures, different first 3 seconds, different angles on the same story. You're not trying to guess the winner, you're trying to give the machine enough ingredients that the winner finds itself. Okay. Next we have the patience test. There is an invisible, the patience tax. There is an invisible tax most Indian dropshippers pay for killing their ads too fast. Most of them have been paying it their whole career and never noticed. Here is a sequence that happens in almost every new Indian ad account I have audited till now. Launch day, excited, ads go live in the morning. By evening there is 1 sale. By midnight there are 2. The next one there's nothing. The dropshipper panics. They get the creator that had 0 sales. They boost the ads at work. By day 3 the ad account has been reshuffled. By day 4 the 2 that worked have stopped working. By day 5 dropshipper is demoralized and blaming Meta. By day 6 the launch is dead. Here is what actually happened. Meta never got to see a pattern. The zookeeper brought a bowl for 2 days and then took it away because the tiger did not eat fast enough. The tiger was still processing. The machine was still matching. The first 72 hours of any new ad that you launch is a deposit. It's not a verdict. You're telling the machine who you are. The machine is cataloging you. It has not decided anything yet. It is reading your shape. The first 72 hours of your ad account of any campaign that you launch are not a verdict. The dropshipper who kills at 48 is refunding his own deposit and wondering why the vault is empty. This is the patience tax, right? Every time you kill an ad too fast, and every time you reshuffle the campaign in the first 3 days, every time you panic cut because the morning numbers were low, you're paying a tax. The tax is invisible because the tax does not show up in the dashboard. The tax shows up in the fact that none of your campaigns ever seem to get a real chance to become familiar to the machine. The machine keeps meeting a new version of you every third day. It never gets to know you, and the machine that do not know you do not give you cheap attention. The Indian dropshippers who seem to have some magic with Meta are not magicians. They are patient. They hold the brand on day 2. They hold their hand on day 3, and they hold their hand on the morning of day 4 when someone else would have just panicked. They let the shape form, and by day 6, when everyone else has killed their launch, these people have a cost per acquisition that looks like a prayer got answered. It is not a prayer, it's just them refusing to pay the patience tax. Okay? So yeah, it's really that simple. You have to launch and you have to see what the machine is telling you. You have to see what the pattern recognition, pattern matching is telling you, because you have to realize the fact that Meta has or analyzes millions and millions of ads every day. More than what all of us combined will ever make in our lifetimes. So you have to understand the fact that whatever the machine is telling you is in most cases it's right. Yeah, there's some false positives, but in most cases it is right. So you just have to follow that and keep bringing the bowl, as I said. Okay. So if you like this video till now, and you actually want practical help as to how do you go and implement all of this theory that I just explained, then I do have a good news for you, and that is I do have a one-to-one coaching program where before even starting we decide a final goal for you that we are going to hit in the 3 months. It's a 3-month program, right? And if we don't hit that goal, we work for free till you do hit that goal that we had decided. Okay, so you'll be getting 12 one-to-one calls with me, 1 hour each. Obviously we can increase or decrease the duration of the calls as per the need, right? And you'll get 24/7 support with me, and obviously a lot of things will be recorded, some will be taught to you live depending on your needs, right? Depending on where we are starting from. So if this interests you, there's a link in the description down below, you can check that out. And since you've watched till here, I would also like to give you a secret sauce. The last goal, one final image before I let you go. Hold it in head the next time you open your ads manager. Picture a zoo at 6 in the morning. The sun is just starting to come up, the animals are still. There's one person walking down the path with the bucket. He walks to the same cage he has walked to every morning for the last 3 years. He opens the slot, he puts the bowl down, he takes 3 steps back, he watches, he writes something down, and then he walks to the next cage. That is the life of a ₹1,000,000 Indian ad account. Not a Vegas store, not a jungle, not a casino. A zoo at dawn, one quiet person with a bucket showing up the same cage at the same time with a slightly cheaper bowl than yesterday. For as many mornings as it takes, the tiger is hungry, the tiger will always be hungry. The question is whether you have the temperament to keep showing with a bowl for the 1,000 mornings it takes the tiger to start waiting for you. Pick up the bowl, not the gun. The ones who make real money Indian ads never own a gun in the first place. Feed the animal every day, and the rest is just nice. So I hope these metaphors and examples click with you, because what I'm trying to do with these videos is that actually explain you the mental part of things, because if you understand the fundamentals, the strategy is born out of that. You won't need to go and keep searching for a new strategy whenever there's something new happens, because if you understand the fundamentals clearly, which I have been trying to explain, right, that basically does the thing for you. Okay, so yeah, and if you're interested in the one-to-one, then you can fill the form in the description down below. If you qualify, then my manager will contact you and we can see if we can actually help you out with that after hopping on a call. And yeah, that's about it for this video, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.